Hey everybody, I'm okay, and this is the Hunter Call of the Wild. Back on Leighton Lakes. I need to, real quick, one slight alteration here. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the muzzleloader 50 cal to see how many moose I can find, and hopefully get, about a half an hour. So got my timer set up for 30 minutes. Got my shoulder-fired Howitzer, otherwise known as the 50 cal muzzleloader. For whatever reason, this thing is just insane. Start my 30-minute timer now. All right. So as usual, basic strategy here is run through the woods until you hear a warning call. And get down low. Figure out where that call came from. And call them in. Alternatively, I could just make my way to this hunting stand over here. But I've only got 30 minutes as opposed to an hour and 30 minutes. And what the... Hello? Ooh. Maybe I can use this. Oh, my damn button would click. Okay. The weirdest thing about this muzzleloader is 100 meters is the lowest range you can get. Sounds like a police car when the battery dies. Everything here is going to be relatively short range. Unless it's like way out over there. But I'm hoping, as soon as I got decent wind, I can just use that moose collar. Just kind of reel them in. Squad car after you end up running over a fire hydrant. One of the things I never really got about this game was the fact that when you start off, they tell you to go hunting deer. On this map, Leighton Lakes, for whatever reason, you're supposed to be hunting deer, but they stick you in the middle of moose territory. This map is absolutely infested with moose and bears. I know I got that warning call from that moose. I want to take a couple minutes here. Hopefully that moose will end up getting curious and trotting in. If all else fails, though, I may have to go chasing him down. Honestly, that's kind of looking like may have to happen here. Kinda doesn't help that there's like this massive windstorm outside, which I can hear through my headphones. And it's kind of weirded me out because I'm thinking it might actually be something in the game and it's not. black-tailed deer. Do tell. Over there. I can tell you right now, this thing is way overkill for a deer. First time I actually nailed a deer with this thing, and one ended out the other. Ended up with a deer tube. And it said, Bandy was probably the biggest roll of deer sausage I have ever seen. Okay, so obviously I don't need magnifying optics through here. I just need a decent point of bullseye. Kind of wish that if they were going to do a muzzleloader, they'd do like a modern inline percussion. They are muzzleloaders, but they look a little bit more, you know, well, less Daniel Boone and well, hello there. That's the thing I notice about this game. All these optics, all this crazy long-range stuff, and for whatever reason, every time I find what I'm trying to get, it's usually right on top of me. Whoa. So I don't know if I spooked him. I probably did. I'm gonna try creeping up a little bit at a time here. See if I can get around the other side of this bush. The irritating thing about this particular part of the map is that you get this weird mix of being like up close in your face and be able to see if they got something stuck in their teeth. Take 2 steps and all of a sudden you need 40 power telescope. Pretty sure if there's a moose over here, he's probably spooked. Plus side though, that does mean he left footprints. Oh, Lord, that is a lot of footprints. Okay. Hello. Alright, how far away are you? Oh, Lord. Okay. Wow. Okay, so if I was using the 7mm, that would probably be a bit less hairy of a shot to try to make. Maximum range on this is 200 meters as opposed to 300. And I already lost him. Oh, there he is. Here he is. Yeah, don't worry, I English good bad now. Okay. The hell? anybody didn't know, that little noise that, I don't know if that showed up or not, that dinged a lot in my ear. Apparently, I still have an Xbox messenger thing going. So, yeah. Whoops. At least that's better than the steam overlay popping up. Well, maybe. A loud Microsoft ding versus a nice little box down on the corner. I don't know which is worse. Okay, this is taking fucking forever. Okay. So on the plus side, wind is cooperating with me. On the downside, the moose are not. The reason why I'm just kind of walking gingerly through here instead of running to try to catch up. Apparently if you spook something, it'll only run about 50 meters and settle down. Right, it's not like a gunshot spook, in which case it just like takes off. As long as we take it kind of slow, we should be able to get to the other side of the tree line and hopefully be capable of sniping Bullwinkle. Really quick so I can keep my throat clear enough to actually speak. Okay, what is going on with these tracks? These are definitely getting a little on the odd end. Huh. Okay. So it was just walking on through here, minding its own business. That's one of the things about the AI pathfinding in this game. I do not know what logic it's using. Hello. Whitetail. Not specifically to get moose, but if I can nail a whitetail for being stupid, or just scare the shit out of them. Okay. I suppose if I'm looking for moose, it makes sense to be a little bit closer to the water. That's kind of the whole point of a moose. is the thing about this game. I do not know how in the hell you're supposed to get those mallards. You cannot sneak up on them for nothing. Hello there, Yogi. Mythical. Are you kidding me? Mythical black bear. Really? However, it sounded like something sneaking up on me. I can make that shot. Ah! I have no idea if I hit him or not, because recoil. I remember I used to use 10-minute reload as a joke. Okay, well, on the plus side, I did hit him. On the downside, I think I basically just kind of pissed him off. So this is kind of an odd turn of events. I was wanting to come out here looking to hunt moose with basically a shoulder-fired howitzer, but I find mythical black bear. And I'm probably going to not get any decent kind of trophy on it. Because reasons. Oh, Yogi definitely took off. Rabbits! More moose, okay. $20, I am not going to be able to get this thing. Or, maybe. I have got to get a new controller. Stick buttons don't like to work. I know what you're saying. Why don't you just use keyboard and mouse? Well, for starters, I've been using controllers of that configuration for a solid 30 years, which actually makes me feel really fucking old. But on top of that, using keyboard and mouse for extended periods of time tends to make my wrists feel like they're going to snap in half. Please tell me this thing didn't heal. Not seeing any more bleeds. Where is... Oh, God. I hate it when this game does that. So there is actually a mechanic in this game where bears or moose or whatever you're hunting will actually end up healing. As in, it'll be just about dead. If you get a foul hit and it runs off long enough, it actually won't bleed out. Instead, it'll heal up and take you on a wild goose chase over hill and dale and across the Rocky Mountain Vale until it eventually just runs completely off the map. So where's that last bleed at? That was... here. So Yogi was still running through here. I think this is the same bear. Because there's no other tracks around, so it better be the same bear. Let's get to about here. Trail's staying connected, but there's no further bleed in evidence. So that tells me that it probably healed up. I just wasted around and about 15 minutes. This is kind of weird. We got another section of bear tracks here. Roads. Yeah, I think it healed up. Check our map. Hunting pressure, whoa. And like I said, lead you on a wild goose chase. Yeah, so I think it came close, but barely managed to escape. So, time to move on.
You know, I spotted some tracks earlier, close to where you're at right now. I'll send the coordinates.
Okay, thanks for the intel. Considering like up to my eyeballs in tracks. Okie doke. Look like I'm doing on time. Ooh. Not good. I got about 6 minutes. I better find something soon. Otherwise, we can call this a bit of a foobar. Fox tracks. You know, I have yet to figure out what is more annoying to hunt in this game, foxes or rabbits. Rabbits kind of pop up everywhere, make a irritating little thump all over the place. That's pretty much the end of it. You find them, they run off like crazy. Well, a fox, you have to sit there and be patient. Kind of hard to see because both of them, the fox and the rabbit, are barely bigger than the grass they hide in. Just want one moose. I don't want to have to scrap this whole video. And hello. Is your range close enough? That one hit. Yeah, look at that kersploosh. And we got hunting pressure, which means Bullwinkle is down. All right. For a second, I thought I was going to have to scrap this whole video. Start over. So basically the way I'm working this is I am not even going to start a video over again unless I get absolutely nothing. Because let's face it, nobody wants to watch anybody just wander around in the woods aimlessly for a half hour. Not get any payout out of it. I gotta admit, once a moose takes off, they take off. There you are. Come here. Alright, big old moose cow. Alright, scapula hit, lung shot. Little off killer, but otherwise not bad. But seeing as how it's just a female, this one goes straight to the freezer, no trophy. Alright. About 2 minutes to spare. I feel good. I managed to actually get managed to save the video. Oh boy. Yeah, 100% for sure. I thought I was gonna have to like completely start over because, you know, you wander around for a half hour and you get absolutely bupkis out of it. You know, what's the point? So on that, I will go ahead instead take the last couple minutes here to go ahead and, well, actually I'm not going to do that. I'm going to see if I can. I was thinking maybe hop over to the lodge real quick and show off some of the other moose I've got, but not much point in that. Unless somebody's really interested in seeing my digital trophy of a moose that never existed. Oh god, what the hell is going on with these tracks? Well, anyway, take in the scenery, let the clock wind down, and yeah, I'm just glad that I managed to get something. Truth be told, I'm still kind of weirded out about that bear though. Scoping in on that bear looked like the mythical quality, which is like the highest of the high end as far as the actual ranking system goes. And I'm kind of irked that I just winged him. And he almost went down, but still at the end of the day, he ended up getting away. But, big old cow moose, roast on the table. That'll work. Now, if only it was an actual moose and I could actually, like, you know, pull it out of the game and cook it up. Okay. Yeah, man, the designers really went nuts making just a very, very pretty game. All the colors and the actual foliage, you know, just a nice little walk in the woods. Now, come on, timer. I only had like, what, 2.5 minutes? How long does it take for 2.5 minutes to wind down? Oh, there we go. Alright, and that is a half hour. So, a little disappointed that I only got one moose out of it. And a wing shot on a bear. a particularly crazy rare bear, mythical quality. That would have been something else. But at least I did not come away empty-handed. And just for demonstration, this big, huge 50 caliber muzzle loader. Take the scope off. Boom! Yeah, if you ever use this thing, you gotta make sure you hit what you're aiming at because you ain't gonna see nothing for at least a couple seconds afterwards. Let that big old cloud of smoke just slowly dissipate into the ether. Okay, well, anyway, like I said, I managed to get at least something out of this, so I feel good about that. I'm okay with that. Yeah, yeah. If you managed to make it this far into the video, thanks for watching. Hope everybody that watched had at least a little bit of entertainment out of it. Beyond that, though, check out my Twitch stream by all means. It's going to be Sundays to Friday nights, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Mountain Time. And no, I'm not going to be doing Call of the Wild on stream, at least not yet. But yeah, anyway, check that out. I got a donate button on my YouTube page and on my Twitch page. Main thing, just show up at the Twitch, watch the videos, and if you get a while here, throw me a little support. I could definitely appreciate that, and I would love to go back to trying to brave the wind for a proper cigar review instead of dicking around shooting virtual moose. Anyhow, thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you next time because that's all I got for this. Yep, I gotta go. That is awful that true. Thanks for watching. That's all I got for this one. I will see you next time. Better.